Alright, this is Eric Kudla, director of the NHHA. We're here in Snowville, Utah at the Ranch House Diner, who's actually going to be catering the event Friday and Saturday with hamburgers and burritos and all that good stuff. So make sure to come hungry. I'm here with Ron Dillon, the promoter of the round 6 of the Kenda SRT National Hare and Hound Championship from Big Nasty LLC, also teaming up with USRA and Cedra for the event. So Ron Dillon, you've been around for a long time. You always tell me about yourself, hill climbs and racing and all that stuff. But a lot of people don't know who you are. This is your first time hosting a National Hare and Hound in a very long time. So give us a real quick intro to Ron Dillon.
Yeah, well, I was a desert racer back in the day. I started racing desert old school, like 73, and really always liked the desert, and decided to put my first desert race on in 1979 when I was 19, and put Idaho's first national on in 85. This old Sun Valley Grand Prix was a national hare scrambles. I put my first national hare and hound on in 1989, Wells to Jackpot. In fact, that's when we all got to meet Danny Hamill, because that was one of his first races, and he got a second overall on an old RM 250.
Holy cow.
So we got to see his greatness just when he was 17. I continued to put on a lot of, I think I've done 9 national hare and hounds and 11 national hare scrambles. Some of them your guys might remember, Wells to Wendover, Wells to Jackpot, back in the day. I finally got tired of dealing with desert races because of the BLM. They just wore me out. I couldn't do it anymore. So I was done. The last national hare and hound we put on was fall of 2002, Jungo to Mucka, Winnemucca, Nevada, we called it, and I was done, and I went back to putting motorcycle hill climbs on. And in the years since 2002, our Big Nasty Hill Climb has grown to be Idaho's largest motorcycle event. We had over 12,000 spectators last year and 700 entries. When the Utah Widowmaker died, we started a new hill climb here in Snowville last year called X12, and that kind of laid the groundwork for doing a hare and hound here. The landowner was into it. There's another landowner, Shane Elison, who is very supportive and has put desert races on before. And so we decided to do a hare and hound here because it's all private property. This event is going to be on 18,000 acres of private property, which means we can basically go wherever we want with landowner permission. So even today, I'm working on Loop 3. I was adding new twists and turns to virgin ground, and part of the thing we're really excited about here is this is going to be a lot of virgin ground. A lot of guys won't know what that is. They've never done that. You just about have to be over 40 to have really ridden.
This is the first time that National Hare and Hound has ever been hosted at the X12, where we're going to actually be. And you were telling me earlier today that this place has a lot of history behind it. So if you just give us a quick, brief history of where we're actually going to be racing at.
Yeah, the exit 12 right on the freeway was first homesteaded back in the 1850s. There's a spring there that runs year round, and that was a natural stopping point for wagon trains and stuff. There was a family called the Dillies who settled in there in the 1860s, and they're actually buried there on the ranch. It went to the Ward family around 1900, and they owned it for 100 and some years, and now the Peterson family, a longtime Utah ranching family, they own it, and they're very, very pro motorized land use. They like dirt bikes, they like four-wheelers. They think this is cool. They're letting us run right through some of their fields that are planted.
Right behind their house.
Everything. They're really rock solid people. I wrote an article for a publication that's a big deal around the West for ranchers called Farm and Ranch News a few years ago, and I talked to farmers and ranchers about, if you've got some ground, consider having some special events on it. Whether it's motorcycle races or ski races or whatever it is.
Which is exactly what is cool. So we've got a lot of history behind the event, or behind you, behind the facility, and now we're creating new history by putting on the first ever National Hare and Hound. So everybody should come out for round 6 here in Snowville, Utah of the Kenda SRT National Hare and Hound Championship.